Hi guys, good evening. It's Darren from Jace Media, and in the chair tonight we have vocal heavyweight Scott Taylor from Scottish rockers Mason Hill. How you doing, Scott?
I'm awesome, dude. Having the time of my life. Happy to be
Yeah.
here. Thank you.
Are you having a busy day today? Interviewing?
Extremely. It
Yeah.
actually has been extremely busy. Yes, we've got multiple calls and lots of videos to make and stuff like that. But it's getting there. It's fun to be doing something, and I'm just loving every minute of it.
Yeah. How's it been in lockdown? How have you been coping?
Personally, yeah, I've had ups and downs, like I'm sure everyone has. Right now I'm on one of my ups, which is good. um, but yeah, no, I'm a home person. I like my home, but obviously, a year down the line, it can be it's quite sad not seeing people the way you do. But the way the news is going, it's all looking positive. So I've got a
Yeah,
smile on my face. It shouldn't be too much
absolutely.
longer, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I do lots of interviews, and you get the same people. I miss live music and stuff, and I miss meeting up with my buddies and doing stuff like that. And stuff like you guys, bringing out new music brings a smile to everybody's face, because
Uh,
I think it's nice to get some new heavy rock, and on the back of that, knowing that there's going to be a gig to back it up at some point.
Yeah, I mean that's what's keeping us going as well. We have all the gigs just kind of waiting there. Just been in a sad situation of kind of rescheduling to, the whole music industry is just trying to find dates. And yes, it sucks, but for something to suck, it's got to get better. And
Yeah,
what fans are going to realize is like they want music, but see when they see the amount of choice they're going to have when everything's back, because everyone's just fighting for dates, like that's the whole
yes,
industry is they're chomping at the bit to go. You're going to have, honestly, all music fans are going to be spoiled for choice. It's going to be great. I think it's going to be like a rebirth in some way.
I think what you're going to get, Scott. I think when we do come out of it, I think you're going to have a gig every single night
Yeah,
in Glasgow and Edinburgh and
yeah.
places like that. For probably 6 months.
Exactly.
You
I'm
know,
reminiscent like of the olden days that people tell me about all the time. They tell me when it was the 80s, you should have been there. You wouldn't have even known where you were going. You'd have just went into this place and there'd have been three top quality bands on, and you're like, oh, that
yeah,
sounds amazing.
and you
So
kind of think
yeah,
you hope to get back to that. And
yeah,
I think
definitely.
just on that point, I think when James was asking for photographs of you guys and stuff, if you look over my left shoulder, just on the wall there, Scott, I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
Oh yeah, is that me and James?
That's you guys at the garage,
Oh wow,
at
oh
the
that's
sold
so
out
cool.
at the sold out garage. So I'm going to send it to James,
Oh,
and
nice.
obviously you guys can stick it on your Facebook page or whatever. Um, I was very lucky enough to get a picture like that, and it's not
Oh,
very
that's
often
awesome.
that you do get stuff like that. But that was a memorable night, and I think
Uh,
it's one of the nights where you could say to people, I was there, and I witnessed a sold out garage that was pumped to the rafters. And I can remember following you about the crowd.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that. I
that
remember
was,
that because I went out into the crowd, didn't I?
yeah. And I thought,
You were right there.
just looking after you, make sure you were okay, buddy. And I think that's what's nice about being able to have the chat, because you can reminisce about the
That's
good old
awesome.
days,
I forgot about
and
that for a
kind of
second.
watching your meteoric rise.
It's getting there, right?
Yeah. Oh,
I can't bloody believe it myself, honestly. We're just so bloody humbled. Honestly, you can't. The amount of bloody set. Well, I should stop swearing. The amount of setbacks.
doesn't matter. That's good, Scott. Just keep swearing away, mate. It's all right. Doesn't matter.
Like honestly, like at one point, we didn't want to speak about it at the time because no one does. But looking back, like there was a point where this band like nearly never went on because there was too much. There was too much burdens on it. Not just financial, but so much, and like we were so close. Yet, the guys, we were all just like you know, pardon my French, but fuck that. Like,
Yeah.
no chance. And honestly, like, people don't realize, like, and we'll still be talking about it until we're 90, you know, if we get there. The Kickstarter, the crowdfunding, that honestly saved us. Like, that was it. That was it. That was the make or break moment. The moment we hit live on that Kickstarter, if that didn't reach the target, we didn't really think we could go on. We were maybe going to do like an EP too, and like see what the future held, but we'd been just kind of stepped on so much at that point.
Yeah.
But then, like, and just the last thing for like the fans to come in there, it was, and we hit the target in like a day, and then we eventually doubled the target, and it was just not so. We had dreamed about being at like the 80. So our theorizing was like, right, if we can get to like the 80% marker, you know, with like a week to go, we can, you know, we can put our own money, like we'd already put our own money in, but we'd already put like because like, so you know, guys, know we were Kickstarter pledgers as well, so but I'm thanking everyone. I actually thank myself a bit as well, but we were all part of that. But yeah, we were just scrambling like all these ideas, but you know, then 36 hours later it was done. And
and I kind of think that's testament, Scott, to the belief that the Scottish rock fans have in a homegrown band that you know, that bang out classic rock tracks, and people think these guys are just too good to not go anywhere. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the testament that the Kickstarter really just blew everybody away. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, because I'm in this industry, I'm thinking I'll just wait, because I know that I'll get the album at some point. I'd actually messaged Gary the other night, and I said to him, I'm sitting reviewing the album just now, and he went, "Oh, that's good." And I said, "I'm just wondering, don't have any baseball jerseys, do you?" And he said, "Yeah, we do." And I said, "Well, I'm maybe nip round and get one. Much are they?" And he said, "They're normally 15 quid." He says, "But because you're doing all the stuff for the band, we'll maybe chuck you a freebie." And I went, "Oh, that's awful nice of you." I says, "But you know, I want to pay my way, because I think it's good to pay it forward, you know, for you guys. It's nice to get, you know, and being in the music industry, you get the free CDs and you get your T-shirts and all that for the bands and stuff. But I guess it's nice to pay it back. You know, you guys have worked so hard. You know, 5 years has been a hard slog. You know, but I'll tell you what. Though, Scott, this is a stadium filling album.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Without a shadow of a doubt. You know, there's some bangers in there. There's some. You've hit us with two ballads. You know, you get a wee ballad at the start and a wee ballad at the end, which is always good to balance out the record. But the rest of it in between is just jam packed with solid hard rock, and it's just a phenomenal album. And I want to congratulate you and the boys, and pass on my thoughts that it's just a phenomenal album, and I think it's, for you guys and for the fans, it's been well worth the wait.
Man, thank you so much. That's been our biggest worry, has been like, you know, because every year something happens, every year something gets too hyped and it doesn't meet the expectations, and that's been our biggest worry, is not meeting people's expectations, because they only grow. They only can grow. You know what I mean? And you know, to unbelievable odds, and you know, we're just kind of five guys from Glasgow. You know what I mean? As much as we try, we're just five guys from Glasgow. But no, we put our heart and soul into it. Thank you. It's nice to hear that. I really hope.
Listen, Scott, you know, the thing is, for me, I wouldn't, you know, I listen, I review music every single day and every single night, and it creates a little bit of hype knowing that you've got a band from your hometown, and I would probably say I'm fortunate enough to call you guys friends, because we've been about in town and stuff like that, and been at all the gigs, and obviously young Craig went to school with my Scott, you know, and there is a connection there. So it's always nice, you know, to stand back and say, you know, I know these boys, and that's a nice thing, you know, when people say, like, because people look at my videos and they go, "I seen you on the video the other day talking to some bird in Norway." Aye. you know, and you're dead funny and this and that and next thing. And I said, what have you got coming up? I said, oh, I'm doing an interview tonight with Mason Hill. Mason Hill? Who's that? I said, a wee Scottish band that, that I've been about the scene for 8-9 years now, and I've been doing the business. I've got a new album coming out. And I said, I'm very fortunate to call them friends. And I'm interviewing Scott, who's the vocal heavyweight of the band. And they're going, oh, that must be great. That must be brilliant. And I'm thinking, do you know what? It is. You know, and I will say this as well, Scott, that I'm quite humbled that I'm talking to you guys. Because it's a nice thing that you reach out. I reach out to your publicity people and they say, look, you know, they've looked at my videos and they said, would you be able to do an interview with Scott? So my review of the album is going to coincide probably tomorrow with this stonking video of two mad Scottish guys talking a pile of shite and just laughing about it, you know. And I think that's what's good about it. You come on, it's like two old mates, you talk about the music industry, you talk a pile of fucking drivel, and you get through it. And I think that's what's good. I think, you know, for you and for me, you've had your ups and downs. You know, I got furloughed last year, 9 months, and then I lost my job, and then I've got another job, and I'm still doing the music full time, you know. So yeah, I've got lots to be thankful for, like you guys.
You know, man, that's good on you. Good on you. Yeah, it's been a horrible time for anyone. No one could have experienced that. You just got to make the most, you know. I know it's easier to say than do. I know that, but you just that's all we're trying to do is just make the most of every day, you know. Like, I can't go outside, but every day I get to stay home with my rabbits, so you know that makes me happy, you know. Small things in life.
There's been no rabbit post for a while. What's happening?
I know they don't like the attention. I'm keeping them hidden.
I know how they feel, Scott. I'm the same. I'm the same. So how is the album been received? Have you got much feedback from?
I don't know if people are just cherry picking the people that like it, but honestly, everything has been like overly nice and overly kind and really high reviews, like 8s, 9s, and I've seen 10s as well. And
I gave it a 5, Scott.
Well, there you go.
I thought I better change it just when I'm talking to you tonight, because you'll get pissed off if I don't email. You know, for me, you know, I think sometimes you can't. I'm not saying it's possible to give an album a 10, because I think that when you get to a 10, you've kind of reached
there's nowhere else to go.
And then you go, where do I go now? So I think that you know, I gave it a solid 9.5. Right,
that's good.
You know, because I know the music, and B, this is a lot of this is a heavier side to Mason Hill.
Yeah, yep,
definitely.
You know? It's been us kind of, you know, like they say your taste buds change every 7 years. Well, what about your musical taste? You know, you think about that. You know, it's been a weird journey. It's such a unique album because it canvases 7 years of our life.
Yeah,
which not all albums do. Not all albums have the opportunity to do that. You know, the music industry runs in a cycle of an artist brings out an album maybe every 2 or 3 years, unless you're massive like Metallica and you do whatever you want. But it locks an area of time in, whereas our time has been massive. It's been 7 years, you know, and it's not like 7 years as in, you know, you're 47 until you're 53. It was like young 20s to like teenagers to almost, you know, men now.
Men, yes.
Men, yeah. I guess I look
5
at
men, Scott. 5
I don't really
men.
see.
I believe you're saying that. We have 5 men, you know, like rattling out tunes.
I know I'm closer to 30 now. Like that's me. I'm getting there.
Wait till you get to my age, Scott. I'm 54.
Well, you don't look 54. I'll give you that.
I'm an old bastard, Scott, but I don't care. You know what I mean?
Because you're young at heart.
I like to rock out. I like to, you know, I like to get to the heart of lots of good music. And I guess, you know, for you guys, you've had phenomenal backing from your Inglorious Times to your Airborns to your Guns to your helping hands of Dan Reed Do you know? And there's not a lot of bands can say that they've done the things you've done.
Yeah, you're right. It's and it's all been really weird ways it's all happened, and you're right. And the guys you've just mentioned there have been nothing but lovely and kind. You know, Dan Reed's like, you know, like people just think, you know, Dan Reed took us on tour. Dan Reed didn't just take us on tour. He like took us on tour and paid us.
Yeah.
Like PRK, I know I really shouldn't be discussing his business like that, but I feel like people need to know that bands our size, we don't really get paid for like the opening slots of tours, you know.
Yeah.
Like you go into the belief that your merch kind of, you might get little, you might get a something, you know, but no, Dan went above and beyond.
Yeah.
Above and beyond, you know, and people don't know that, and they should know that, because that was a really nice thing that made it possible for us, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, see, in hindsight, that was a really key factor in how we were able to do that.
Yeah.
And just incredible people that thankfully the music industry has. Like, we wouldn't be here without them.
Yeah, but I guess on the other side of that, Scott, again, it proves how good you are, that a musician of Dan Reed's stature wants to take you on tour and go, hey, I want to pay you as well. And you're thinking, fuck, is this guy on drugs? He'd want to pay us and all. But,
aye,
you know,
he probably was, yeah.
I'd be surprised if he wasn't, Scott.
It's just, yeah, I mean, you're right. It was just, it's all about relationships as well. I don't know, like, as I always say, and I always will say, just 5 guys from Glasgow, 4 guys from Glasgow, 1 guy from Edinburgh, and we're not rock stars. Like, I know we get on stage and we put the face on, but you know, we're normal guys. And then when we meet someone, you know, like Dan Reed's, we're just normal. You know, we just have a nice chat, and good things seem to be happening that way. Yeah. And I feel like we just need to keep going with that and just literally be ourselves and not pretend to be. When we might put on the moves on stage, you know, as you do. I like to spin and I like to whip my hair around, but you know, I'm just a normal guy at the end of the day, and I feel like we can relate to anyone in the world by being normal.
I kind of think what you're doing, Scott, as well, you and the 4 other amigos you have with you, I think you're living the dream.
Man, we
and
are.
I guess that, you know, as I keep harping back, I'm lucky enough to be on that ride with you. That,
oh yeah.
You know, that you can, you know, I mean, I've witnessed you in stereo. I've witnessed you, you know, supporting Snake Charmer, you know, and stuff like that. And then down to Download and going up to Edinburgh with Airborne and stuff. And you think, it's just an incredible thing that 5 guys, and I wouldn't say you're lucky to do it. I would say that you're blessed that you're there because you deserve it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I get that. We are trying to do it at the end of the day. But no, it's we don't really know what the hell is going on right now. It's just good things seem to be happening, and we just keep getting some nice emails that just keep making us happier. And we're just thinking, right, if this is just us making music and being happy about it, then we need to really keep going with this shit, you know? Like, this, how can you go wrong if people seem to be liking what we like?
Absolutely. How was your time in New York? How was that?
Oh, it was surreal. It was surreal. Sadly, it was in lockdown, though. That's what made it very surreal. I went from one room in 4 walls to another room in 4 walls, although slightly larger room, I will say. And it was such a weird experience, but it made me appreciate who I was with and what I was doing. Does that make sense? No, like, I had no distractions because there was I could do fuck all, you know. I couldn't. We were in the middle of a wooded area. I could walk outside and look at deer. That was lovely, but you know, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. So we sat down, me and Brian, and he educated the ass out of me. Honestly, just brought me up to another level that again I needed in life. I walked in there a boy and came out a man, basically. He just educated me on using my voice better and trying to push me to get the best out of it. And it's the first time walking away from it. It's the first time I've genuinely been really proud of what I've done. Because I'm my biggest, you know, it's like with anyone. You're your own biggest critic.
For sure.
And I hate listening and watching to myself. You either like it or you don't.
Yeah.
I don't like it. But no, I walked home happy. Not walked home. I flew. I flew home. Flew home happy, and I was like one out of 4 people on the flight home
Yeah.
on a
That's
massive plane. I
that's
had a whole
incredible, isn't it?
section. I had
Incredible.
like 40 seats to myself, and I used most of them. I had just moved. I slept over there, and then I went to check that window, and
Yeah.
that was great.
Scott, you were living like a rock star, stoating about
It's
a plane on your
private
own.
plane, private plane. Although
Yeah.
they kept first class off to us, which I thought was mean. There's only 4 of us.
Thinking, where's the free champagne? Come on. But
It's only...
listen, I think it gives you I think it gives you an insight to what hopefully this record is going to bring you.
Fingers crossed. I mean,
I think it's just going to. I think at the moment, with the amount of people that I speak to and I see on Facebook, that they're ordering it by the shitloads and the merch, and stuff like that. Because I think it's just, I think like you and the other 4 guys, you've waited 5 years, and I think, no, I don't. Sorry, let me correct myself. I don't think, I know it's worth the wait. Let me tell you, Scott, I hope that you and the boys are immensely proud of it, because I think that, as a friend to another friend, I think it's an exceptional album. It's got lots of, like I said right at the start, it's a stadium filler. I can see it in the Hydro, in places like that, where
I wish
your voice would carry that place no problem. The boys are just, you've come on leaps and bounds, the musicality, and you can tell that because it's like a grown up record. And I don't mean I don't mean that to sound condescending.
No, I get you.
It's a grown up record from 5 men who have taken their time. Like you said, you've had some knockdowns, you've got up, dusted yourself off, you've became stronger, you've gathered some musical friends along the way who have helped you, and it really shows in this record. I reviewed it, I think it was last Thursday, and then I take it to work with me, and I listen to it at work, when I'm on my break and stuff like that, because awesome. I take little notes, and I write down stuff on my reviews. I could have sent you the review before the interview and stuff like that, but here is my review, right? It's a 3-pager, right? None of your rubbish. It's a 3-pager of me talking fucking bollocks about you guys, right? But I know that it's going to be received well. The video, we get 120,000 hits a month.
Man, well done.
on the website, and the interview is going to go to America. It's going to go to Australia. It's going to go to Europe.
I love it. And
some dafty is going to pick it up and go, here, what's this all about? Who are these nutcases? And you know what? I want to say that I'm behind some of it. I know there's other people out there doing interviews with you who may have some connections, but here at Jace Media, I said to my boss, I want to do the interview. I don't give a fuck who it's with, but we'll still have a laugh. But I'm glad that it's yourself, because I think we always got on particularly well when we started about and talked nonsense at the gig and stuff. And I liked looking after you and make sure you were all right, because it gives you a sense that you're close to the person. So I was really glad to do the interview. It's going to go down extremely well. We're going to run it, I think, with some music in the background as well to the interview. So the last time I did an interview with a Scottish guy, Facebook put subtitles on it because they're like, can't understand these two dudes. So we may get that tomorrow, Scott. You never know, but we'll see how it goes. So what's the plans now? What's the big push for the launch, and then sit back and
we're going to be going all year basically. We've got some new things in the oven to kind of bring out later in the year. we're just
Sure.
going to keep the momentum going. Hopefully, the shows get back on track, and then it all kind of just hits you at once. Because we can't get out, we're thinking, why not give people maybe some new music or something towards the end of the year? Can I excite them again? Let's get some more.
Absolutely.
So yeah, man, there's loads in the planning. Absolutely.
James, you've been busy writing, I take it, yeah?
Yep.
Good.
During all of this, writing, editing, God, everything.
Fantastic. Listen, Scott, it's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you.
Thank you.
I've been waiting all day for it, because it's just nice to chat and get getting the lowdown and stuff. You're like you said, you're 5 normal guys who are going through the same as everyone else. But it's just an absolute pleasure to chat to you. And I hope that we get together soon. I hope that you'll like my review. You'll probably
Of course
go,
I will.
this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. For fuck's sake. But
No,
I
can't wait. I cannot wait to read it.
I'm going to render the video down tonight. It'll go to my boss. He'll probably either run it tonight or run it tomorrow morning, and it should maybe go live maybe lunchtime tomorrow. I'm going to get a push on it. So that'll come along with a review of the album. And you'll get to know that when I do a review, Scott, if I like a song, I give it 6, 7, 8 lines, and I think there's not one of your tracks that's got less than probably 7 lines in it. So some people may get bored, who knows? But anyway, doesn't matter. But listen, it's an absolute pleasure to chat to you, Scott. I wish you and the boys every success, and I hope that the album goes stratospheric, and you'll not forget the wee guy that top pish for 25 minutes. And I hope that we get out to see you soon and get you rocking again.
Thank you, and thanks for having me, and all the best to you, dude.
This is Darren from Jace Media in conversation with Scott Taylor from Scottish Heavyweights Mason Hill, saying thanks a lot, Scott. Take care, be safe.
You, mate.
Love to the family, and I'll see you soon.
All to you. Take care, mate.
Take care, Scott.